What is up, guys, and welcome to Life with Stasia. As you may have noticed, we are not in my kitchen today. Instead, we are in my lovely mother's kitchen, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some cookies. We're not just going to be making any cookies today, we're going to be making cake box cookies, which are so easy and so delicious. It is one of the most simple cookie recipes you will ever find. All you need is 2 vegan cake mixes of your choice. Just be sure to read the ingredients and make sure that everything that is actually inside of these boxes is vegan. We're going to be adding different ingredients. What it says in the back doesn't really matter. I'm going to be making one funfetti and one chocolate chip today. You will also need some vegetable oil and applesauce. I choose to use applesauce, but you really could use whatever egg replacer you like. I believe bananas, pumpkin, flax seeds, or they make actual egg replacing powders would also work in this recipe. One thing I did forget to mention, the best part, the vegan chocolate chips for our chocolate cookies. Now, I do feel like I need to say this recipe is not actually mine. My mom cut this recipe out of a newspaper years ago. I believe it's actually from Hints from Heloise, but it was super easy to veganize. It was not originally a vegan recipe. It called for eggs, but we're just gonna be using the egg replacers instead. So, without further ado, let's get baking!
First things first, we're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees.
Like I said before, this recipe does work for any boxed cake mix. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make our chocolate cookies first. Like I said before, you're just going to want to double check that everything that is actually in this little package is vegan, so just make sure you read the backs. On the back of the box, it does call for eggs, but we're not going to be listening to that at all. We get into this and pour it into my bowl. Now that we've gotten our cake mix added to our bowl, we're going to be adding the rest of our ingredients, which is our oil and our vegan eggs. In this case, we're going to be using applesauce. This recipe calls for half a cup of oil. This recipe also calls for 2 vegan eggs, which is going to be half a cup of applesauce. 1/4 cup of applesauce equals 1 vegan egg for any other baking that you may need to know. So I'm just going to use the same measuring cup, super easy, 1 bowl, 1 measuring spoon. Excuse my phone in the background. And since these are our chocolate cookies, we need to be adding our other form of chocolate, which is our chocolate chips. I'm using the Enjoy Life dark chocolate morsels. And that is it. We're just going to give it a good stir, and then you have cookies. When you're mixing this, be sure to scrape down the sides. It's a pretty sticky batter to begin with, and you really want to make sure you get everything incorporated nicely. One thing to be a little bit wary of, since it is a really oily dough, when adding toppings like our chocolate chips, sometimes they can have a tendency to fall out since the oil just kind of lets them slide around in the dough. So you're going to want to make sure that you're really getting chocolate chips in every single bite when you're making your dough balls, and you can always sprinkle a few little extra chocolate chips or any other toppings on top to ensure that they're in every single bite.
To make the cookies, divide the dough into about 1 to 2 tablespoon sized balls. I chose to use this little cookie scoop, but you could always eyeball it. To ensure that the cookies bake evenly, I flip the pan halfway through and then bake for another 6 to 7 minutes. I then repeated the process for our funfetti cake mix by adding half a cup of vegetable oil and half a cup of applesauce. I tried to mix this mixture with an electric blender, which I would really not suggest since it is so thick a spoon works a lot better.
Wait, although I wish I could eat them all. There you have it, our super easy cake box cookies. Although I have eaten probably a million of them, I will taste one on camera for you guys. They are so delicious and so chocolatey and so moist and so easy with just 2 ingredients. You've got cookies. What more could you possibly want? Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. And if you do choose to recreate these cookies, please tag me on Instagram with your best cake box cookies. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat this entire tray off camera. Bye!